You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Execute. It's world government, scientific dictatorship run by vicious Luciferian control freaks. Even if you don't believe in God, the devil, and the seven seas, you need to know the elite do believe in it. Pastor Lindsey Williams wrote a book 25 plus years ago about all the oil reserves in Alaska. It's confirmed he worked there with these people. He was a chaplain to these big board meetings between three big oil companies. He did get to know these people. Over a year and a half ago, he broke on this show that oil would go from 150 a barrel to below 50. It did that. He said for 1 year. It did it for about 11 months before it went back above. So he was right. Lindsey, you talked to this elitist, this former oil company CEO who you're friends with. You first talked to him a couple years ago when he threatened you and said the elite's going to take you out if you don't shut up. These old guys love to do that, love to threaten people, and they mean it. And studying history and talking to people that know these people, that's exactly how they operate. And they're real serious. They're like, I like you. We don't want to have to kill you. But they really mean it when they tell you that. We got 10 minutes in overdrive. Recap the first bullet points you covered, then give us the rest of the bullet points, and then tomorrow at 11:30 we'll go over them in detail.
Believe me, you're exactly right. Whenever they say it, they mean it. And you don't take it for granted. And Alex, I have not done a single radio talk show for 3 months. No one has heard this material before. Only a few days ago, I hope you're hearing this, folks, only a few days ago, not 2 years ago, few days ago, I dared to pick up the telephone and call this man. Alex, producer, said to me back about 2 months ago, he said, have you talked with this man yet? And he said, please, Alex, on the last show, I think you said, please give this man a call. I'd like to know what he says sometime. I didn't want to know what he had to say. I'll admit to you, I was afraid to even know what this man had to say. When I got back here, after 3 months of not doing a single show, I said one morning, I just feel the urge to pick up the phone and call this man. I had not talked with him in nearly 2 years. I did. He answered the phone. He said, here are the points. We're going to deal with them in depth tomorrow, one after the other. Number one, within 2 years, you will not recognize America. Oh, folks, I wish to goodness somehow you could realize that unless you take action immediately, I mean, I don't know what you're going to do, but whatever it takes, immediately, or your children and grandchildren will forever be slaves to the elite. The second point, the elite have altered their timeline. Now, this is unusual. They don't oftentimes do this. And I'll tell you on the show tomorrow how they have altered that timeline. They've altered it somewhat in relation to inflation. They've altered it slightly concerning the time that they have set for the total, utter, complete annihilation and collapse of the American dollar. And I'll tell you why they have done that and go into that in depth on tomorrow. I didn't even touch today on Saudi Arabia and OPEC and the Arabs and how it's affecting them because of what they're doing with oil right now. But oil's going back up to $70-something a barrel, and I'll get into that tomorrow. Some of you I know are saying, well, you said it was going down to $50. Well, that's exactly what they told me for a certain period of time, and I'll tell you where it's going tomorrow. I know it's going up some, but it's going back down some too. Next, he said inflation will escalate over a period of 2 years. This is one of their timeline alterations. I had said 2 years ago that it was probably going to have super inflation within a year to a year and a half. He says now because the American people gave the elite approximately $2.5 trillion, Bloomberg's news service said. Oh, my goodness, I hope you caught that. $2.5 trillion, I didn't say billion, trillion dollars within the 2 months of the end of a Bush administration. You literally handed them on a silver platter approximately $2.5 trillion, and as a result, out of appreciation, I don't know how to say it any otherwise. You know, this is so startling, but yet it's also comical in so many ways. Until I have to just laugh sometimes. If I didn't, I wouldn't know how to stand it. But you gave them $2.5 trillion, And out of appreciation, so to speak, they kind of altered their timeline, and the inflation is going to escalate over a period of 2 years. Oh, my goodness, Katie barred the door at the end of 2-year period. You can't imagine what you're going to be facing. And they've already set the date. I mean, he used the expression over and over and over, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. Okay, crude oil prices, we'll deal with that tomorrow. He said again, gold and silver are all you can rely on. I'd like to go into tomorrow why gold and silver are the currency of the elite. Your and my currency, well, not mine anymore if I can help it, is the Federal Reserve note. It's a joke, utterly a joke. Gold and silver never change prices. I know a few moments ago we talked about the fact that gold went up today and silver went up today. No, it didn't. The dollar went down. Gold and silver stayed where it was. The purchasing power of that gold is still the same. I'll try to explain tomorrow how that gold and silver are the currency of the elite, and that's the reason you don't pay any sales tax on it when you buy it. That's the reason that they don't regulate it. And then I'm going to go into tomorrow who is going to be the oh goodness, please. Alex, you're going to love this also. He gave me a schedule of events in chronological order of what you can expect. And who would you think, and I'll answer it on tomorrow, don't answer me now because it might not be right, who will be the last group of people to be touched in the order chronologically of their total control factor? You are going to be amazed how this relates.
Well, stop right there. Stop right there. Just give us a prelude. I know the DVD covers it all in detail, but I mean we'll cover it more tomorrow. But give me a few of the schedule of events. Give me the first part.
Well,
you have it in front of you?
Yeah, I do. The last group to be touched, and this is going to surprise you. I know radio talk shows, all the talk show hosts are saying, "Oh my goodness, we're about to be taken off the air." All the rest, would you believe the last group to be touched are going to be radio talk shows?
Well, Hitler did that. He allowed some prominent Jews to stay in Germany and stay in the theater and stay on in movies. So they're planning to let us flap and scream, and I've been told that it's almost like entertainment for them that you know that we're like the great dominator crushes America. And they're like, yes, that's right. And I go, I mean, is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, but there's another reason behind this, Alex. And the reason is, you see, they control the major media. I mean, let's just television, radio, I don't care what it is, major media, they control it. It's their greatest tool of telling the people what they want them to know and make them believe it. Now, if they control the media and they want to use the media as their method of getting their message out, now, the moment that they limit the radio talk show, such as Alex Jones, is the day that they likewise limit themselves. And in order to keep it so that the major media can say anything they want to, they're going to keep you out there plugging away so that they don't have any choice.
So they're just going to control the media by being able to propagandize. They don't want a fairness doctrine because then that could be used in court to restrict them.
That's exactly right. It would be to that disadvantage to cut off the Alex Jones show.
So they're winning right now. Why should they change anything? I mean, I can sit here with government documents how they're poisoning the water, and parents go, "Good. I want my kid to be retarded. I'm going to drink more fluoride." I guess that, openly they're saying carbon taxes on everything, carbon taxes on flying planes, having a government certification to be able to get on a plane, that your travel is essential. And people are like, good, I love citizen spies. I love total